All right, here's the homework for 13.1. Our first objective today was to identify the cycle. These first three are periodic functions. So they are periodic, meaning you can figure out, it has a pattern. It starts in one spot and that pattern continues and we can trace it and figure out where it starts again. Now depending on where you picked, where it starts, and it doesn't matter, because it says identify it in two different ways. My concern is not to identify it in two different ways. My concern is, are you able to tell me how long the cycle is? So let me hear your answers. How long is this cycle? Because I saw some incorrect answers. So let's hear, what do you guys have? First of all, this one's a hard one because it's kind of messy the way the boxes are. But each of these boxes are how many units? Two. They're 2 units based on the scale. From here to here is 2, here to here is 2, here to here is 2. So if you were to start, let's start right here. Why this one's hard is because that's really not on a good spot. So if I started like right there, or if I started right here, I'm not really in a good spot. So I could start right below. I'm gonna make this bigger. If I start right here, can you help me trace? I wanna see where we're getting to the next period. So from here, it looks like it goes straight across, up, down. Tell me when I start a new period. Tell me to stop.
Stop.
Stop. So, from here to here is one full cycle. From here to here. Can you tell how many units that is? I'm gonna say 5,
Wait, what are we doing?
because
Up and,
from here, we're measuring from here to
oh.
here, to this spot right here, because it's ending, your cycle's ending right here. So how many units is it from here to here? Looks like it's about 5. Do you see that? Because that's 2 units, 4, and then a little bit more, so that would be like halfway, I would say 5. So this period, I'm gonna say, is 5 units. That one's a little hard to see. How about the next one, number 8?
4.
I hear a 4. Anyone else?
4.
You got a 3. Anyone else?
Wait.
Okay, let's say that these are each 1 unit, right? Or no, these are 2. That 2 goes with this line right here, because this is a 4. 2, 4. These boxes are going by 2. If I started right here, and I traced this cycle from there, where am I starting again?
Right there.
Right there. So how many units is it from here to here?
6.
It's 3.
From here to here, you guys?
That's
3.
Well, that's 2,
4.
4,
Are you sure?
it would be 6.
I
Now,
don't think
if,
Get this.
Wait, I don't think you're doing it right, Sadia.
no,
I think it's supposed to be 4.
wait, here, I'm sorry, right there, right there. There's the stop of it, it's 4. From here to here is the end, that's the end of the cycle. Let me draw, who's got a colored pencil? I'm gonna use this. Sorry guys, I went too far. From here to there, that is one full cycle. And yeah, that's 4 units. I don't know why I went there, that's wrong. So your period is 4 units there. Now, someone may have gone from here to here. And it's 4 units. There's different ways to measure it. How about this one? These are going by how many units? 2. Can someone tell me what they did to figure out the cycle? What'd you do?
I started at negative
I went
two
from the tips.
You went from -2, and then where'd you go to?
to positive three.
Right here? And you're good. How many units is that?
4.
Again, 4. Beautiful. Okay, the next 6 problems, they want you to determine whether or not the period, it is periodic, if the function is periodic. And if it is, can you tell me exactly what we did? What's the cycle? So go ahead, Ronald, number 10.
No.
Can you tell me? No? Why not?
Because no.
Because why not?
I don't know, it's going down diagonal.
Yeah, there's no consistency on that one. I agree. Do you guys agree with that one?
Yes.
That one's a no? Okay, how about 11? Would you say yes or no?
No.
No?
Yeah.
Now that one
Yeah,
looks
it
like,
is.
at
Yeah,
first
yeah.
I said no. Doesn't it look like this goes down a little bit more? It kind of looks like it's funny, but it's not. So how could we determine this? It is a good one. From here to here, if I were to trace, starting here to here, what would you say this cycle is?
12.
Yep, because these are going by 2s.
Who's listening?
So yes, this is periodic, and the cycle is 12. How about 12?
No.
No. Good job. How about 13?
No.
No. No pattern. How about 14?
Yes.
8.
Yes, and I heard an 8. Anyone else?
8.
How did you determine 8?
I started at 0.
Started at 0, right here. You started here,
Yeah.
and you went to, let me guess, here,
Yes.
and that's 8. Looks good to me. Period is 8. Did anyone do it a different way? How about from these 2 right here? Or these 2 top peaks? That's another way. How about number 15? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yep, it is periodic. Can you tell me what the period is? I heard 5.
No, 6.5.
I heard 6.5.
I got some.
I heard 6.
7 actually.
It is 7.
Yeah, boy.
Good job, 7. How'd you get 7?
I went from the 2 highest points.
Me too, that's what I did. I went from here to here, and each of these boxes are going by what, 2s? So it's actually right in between here and here. So if each of these are 2s, 2, 4, 6, and 1 is 7. So what I did from here to here, and that's how I got my 7. Okay? Questions? Okay, the last 3. First of all, if it is periodic, which these 3 are, they will have a midline. Can you tell me what a midline is? The middle. How would you find the middle of anything?
The big,
How do you find the middle
the
of?
smallest and biggest added together divided by 2.
Okay, so Brendan,
What?
can you tell me what the biggest Y value is? What does this thing go to?
I just got it really nothing.
Well, look.
Four.
So it's 2, alright, yeah, 4.
4. Do you agree 4 is the maximum?
Then the minimum is
What's the
-4.
minimum? -4. If you were to add these 2 up and divide by 2, so your midline would be 4 plus -4, which is 0, over 2, which is 0. So the line y equals 0 is your midline. That's your midline, y equals 0. That line, it's an imaginary line, it cuts your graph into 2 equal portions. The distance from that midline to one of the highest points on your graph is called the what? Starts with an A. Amplitude. Now, this is an easy one. You can find the amplitude easy on this one by just counting. What is the amplitude? So from here to here. Count it. Amplitude is 4. Now, what if you didn't know how to count the distance? It wasn't that easy. Not that you can't count, but what could you do? Instead of adding these two numbers, do you remember how I told you in class how to find the amplitude? You take these two numbers and you subtract them. So the midline, you add them. The amplitude, you subtract them. And what you get here is 8 over 2. What's 8 over 2?
4.
Isn't that what we got?
Yes.
Are you good? All right, so with that, help me out with the next one. So for number 17, I need to know the equation of the midline. The midline, the halfway number. So Ronald, how do you find the midline?
Take out the maximum and the minimum.
What's the maximum on this graph? And you gotta look at it, because it's 2. Can you tell me what the minimum is?
-4.
Okay, so if you were to do what?
Add them both together and divide by 2.
And what do you get?
And -2, where's the -1?
So that is the equation of the midline. That's your midline. And I want you to sketch it in there, put a broken line in there. Now, can you tell me what the amplitude is?
Is it 3?
It is 3. How did you get 3, Cassidy?
I counted.
Huh?
I counted.
You counted. What else could you have done with these two numbers?
2 minus
-4 minus 2 over 2, so -6 over 2. Actually, the difference would be 2 minus, I would do 2. It's the maximum minus the minimum. That way you won't get a negative. Oh, gosh, -4. So you get 6 over 2, which is 3. You want to do the biggest number minus the smallest. That way you won't get a negative. So do the biggest minus the smallest. So there's your proof that your amplitude is 3. And you could have seen that it's 3 units off the x-axis. We call this in pre-calc the new x-axis. Okay. Last one, and you're done. Can you tell me the maximum value? What's this maximum number? 2. What's the minimum? 0. If you added these two up and divided by 2, what do you get? 1. What's y equals 1? What's that called? That's the midline. Y equals 1. So can you tell me what the amplitude is? What's the amplitude? It is 1 unit. From your midline to the highest point, it's 1 unit. How do you mathematically get the midline, or the amplitude? You take 2 minus 0, divide by 2, and again, you get the amplitude. So, can everybody, let me see, thumbs up. Can you all tell me, decide if something's periodic, yes or no?
Yes.
Can you all figure out the cycle? How long the cycle is before it starts over again? Can everybody pick out what the midline is? And can everybody give me the amplitude?
Yeah.
We're all good on those 4?
Yeah.
Okay, you're awesome. And we're done.